If you're finding that your marriage seems way harder than it used to be, here's what you need to know. It's not that you chose the wrong partner or that you should have seen the signs before, and it's not that you've outgrown him or that he's changed too much. In fact, for many women, this turning point in marriage shows up precisely when the relationship has reached a deeper, more honest phase, one where old patterns can no longer stay buried. Today, I want to help you understand why relationships seem to get harder over time, what your inner child has to do with it, and how to work with this very trying phase instead of getting lost in it. Here's why this matters so much in long relationships. Many women arrive at this point quietly, often by surprise. From the outside, the relationship may look fine. You've built a life together, you've overcome challenges together, and you've stayed together for this long. But inside, something feels heavier. Conversations feel harder. Misunderstandings escalate faster. You feel more sensitive, more reactive, and less tolerant. And often the unspoken question is, why does this feel so hard now? Things used to be easy. This stage is especially common for women who are self-reflective, are in midlife or long partnerships, are beginning to recognize and heal old patterns, or are feeling a growing desire for emotional safety and authenticity. What's happening isn't a breakdown, it's clarity. It's the realization that your needs had been neglected for some time in favor of maintaining the peace and avoiding conflict. Here's why conflict feels so intense at this stage. At the foundation of every adult relationship is not two people, but four: you, your partner, your inner child, and your partner's inner child. Psychologically, we all carry what's called an internal working model. It's an emotional blueprint formed in childhood that shapes how we experience love, safety, closeness, and conflict as adults. This model influences four things. 1. Memories of past interactions we had with our caregivers. 2. Beliefs, attitudes, and expectations drawn from these memories. 3. Our underlying desires for safety, intimacy, and connection that drive our behaviors in relationships. 4. The learned behavioral responses to meet these needs, like seeking closeness or withdrawing. The important thing to understand is this: your nervous system formed its understanding of what love was supposed to be long before you ever entered a relationship with your partner. So when something happens in your relationship today, your reaction may not be just about what happened between you two alone. It may be filtered through much older emotional memory. So why does this often show up later in the relationship? Early on, when two lovers meet, we call it chemistry. That feeling of, this feels right, he feels familiar, I feel seen, he gets me. From a psychological perspective, chemistry often means your inner child recognizes something in your partner's inner child. That recognition can feel deeply comforting, but it also means this: you may be drawn to someone who can love you, but also hurt you in the same ways you were hurt or disappointed early in life. Not because they wanted to intentionally hurt you, and not because you did something wrong necessarily, but because unresolved emotional patterns are still active, quite possibly in both of you. In the beginning, the excitement and novelty mute these patterns. Over time, life adds pressure. For example, parenting responsibilities, work stress, caregiving, midlife growth challenges. And when the nervous system has less capacity to suppress old knee-jerk behavior, those patterns bubble up to the surface. That's when things suddenly begin to feel harder. Here's why small things start to feel big, where little tics, habits, or behaviors begin to bug you more now. At this stage, conflict often isn't about what it appears to be. A partner offering help can suddenly feel controlling, patronizing, or shaming. A partner needing space can feel rejecting or abandoning. Silence can feel unsafe. Feedback can feel very personal. Deep down, you may know this isn't their intention, but emotionally, your body reacts as if you aren't safe or that you need to defend yourself. That's because your inner child is responding. She's responding to protect you. Here's how your inner child might try to protect herself. The inner child doesn't protect using logic. She protects through strategies and coping mechanisms she learned early on. That protection might look like withdrawing to avoid being rejected, becoming critical to create distance, becoming controlling to regain order and safety, shutting down to avoid overwhelm, escalating, conflict, to feel seen, heard, and understood. These are not character flaws, they are survival strategies, aka coping mechanisms, that once made sense. The reality is, they don't actually create safety in adult relationships, but rather they create division and disconnection. Here's what needs to happen: a shift from blame to awareness. You and your partner need to understand conflict or arguing does not necessarily mean something is wrong with the relationship or with either of you. Often it means something still unhealed has been activated. And when you understand this, the question shifts from who's to blame to what old wound has been triggered here. That shift in perspective alone can prevent defensiveness and unfair blame. Here are 3 practical tools you can use to transform conflict into connection. Tool number 1, creating space. The first skill is learning to create space between feeling and meaning. Here's a simple neurological fact. Emotion activates faster than rational thought. So the goal is not to suppress emotion. It's to slow down the story attached to it. Instead of immediately concluding, "This means I don't matter," try, "I'm having a strong reaction, let me understand it first." That pause allows the nervous system to settle. Tool number 2, getting to know your inner child. When emotions run high, ask yourself, what am I actually afraid of right now? When have I felt this before? What did I need back then that I didn't get? And equally as important, what might my partner's inner child be protecting right now? This turns conflict into curiosity instead of accusation. Tool number 3, self-reflective communication. Here's a communication structure that supports emotional safety. When this happens, I feel underscore, underscore, underscore. It reminds me of times when underscore, underscore, underscore. And what I need right now is underscore, underscore, underscore. This does several things at once. It honors your emotional state, it takes ownership and responsibility, and it invites collaboration instead of defensiveness, promoting peace instead of mini-wars. Let's get clear on what this phase is really asking of you. Long-term relationships don't become difficult because you've outgrown each other. They become difficult when growth outpaces understanding. You are not responsible for your partner's old wounds, and they aren't responsible for yours. But love, the real kind, will give the necessary attention and care to these vulnerable places in you, without self-abandonment, without tolerating harm, without losing yourself. Of course, this will require a mature and mutual level of understanding between the two of you. And the 3 tools we've mentioned: 1, creating space; 2, understanding your inner child; and his 3, self-reflective communication, will help you arrive at this understanding of each other. I've created a reflection worksheet to guide you through this so that you can begin to understand objectively what's really happening. You can download it for free using the link below.